Being a new user, the first thing you need to do is set up your login information. Very simple. At the top left side of the screen, you'll see a box which reads User Login. Go to the bottom of that box where you read if you're a new user, click here to register. Just fill in the information as you see it there, and once you're finished, click Next and follow the prompt on out. Be sure to write down your username and password, and then we'll be back on the screen to log in. Now that you have your user ID and password, we're going back to User Login on the top left of the page. You're going to type in your user ID and your password. Then click Login. Your page won't necessarily look like mine when you log in because I've already copyrighted a number of songs or works, so your open cases in the middle of the page may have nothing there. However, you want to look on the left side of the page. You'll see in the very top left, check registration case status. You can explore all of those later. But what you want to do is go down to the next tab, which reads Copyright Registration. And the first thing you want to do is register a work, and we're going to use the standard application. Click there. Be sure to take the time to read all the information on each page. It guides you through what you need to know. However, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to continue on. And the next thing you want to do is click on Start Registration at the top of the screen. Again, be sure to read all of the instructions on each page. Go to Type of Work, scroll down, and choose Sound Recording. Now, it's assumed that at this point, you've had your song professionally recorded, mixed, and mastered, or a professional demonstration record made of your recording, and you're the only author. Then you can choose Sound Recording, which will copyright both the sound recording and the underlying copyright, which is that you are the owner of the actual song. So there are two different copyrights here being copyrighted on the sound recording. I must also note here at this point as well is that you actually own your own sound recording. You are not under contract to a record label or production company. Then they would own the sound recording unless your contract stated that you own your own masters. If you do own your own masters and you're not under any contractual obligation to a label or any other company, and you own the masters, then you can register the underlying copyright and the sound recording on this one form. After you do that, click the box to confirm that you have met the description above and selected the entry that best describes the type of work you're registering for. Then click on Continue. The next page will give you the opportunity to add the title of your song. Click on New, and at this point you'll see Title Type. You want to click on Title of the Work Being Registered. In the next box, Title of the Work, type in the name of the song. Click Save. Click Continue. Has this work been published? Click No if you have not published it in any form. Put the year of completion. Continue. Then you want to add information. Type in the information you'll see on the next screen. On this page, you're going to put in your name. I write under my own name, Maria. My middle initial is E. Watkins is my last name. Or if your organization owns the copyright and you want to put an organization name there, you may do so under organization name, but you won't do both, one or the other. Continuing, the question is asked, is this author's contribution a work made for hire? Have you been commissioned to write a song for an organization or a person and they will own the copyright? Or do you write for a publishing company where they own the copyrights? If so, you would put yes, but if you are the owner, then put no there. Continuing, you would select the country where you are a citizen of, or domicile. Where do you live? What country do you live in? Of course, I live in the United States. Even though it reads or, I usually put both. I put the citizenship and the domicile. Put in your year of birth. And if you're copywriting for someone who has gone on or have passed away, put the year they died there. If this is your own work, of course, that's not applicable. To the right of citizenship is a square for anonymous. Do you not want your name known? Then click that box. Are you writing under a pseudonym, a name other than your own name? If so, check that box, and in the next box below it, put what your pseudonym name is. Be sure to click Save. Once you click on Save, it will take you to the next screen. On this next screen, it asks you to check the appropriate boxes to indicate the author's contribution. Did you participate in any manner in the sound recording? Did you sing lead vocals, background vocals? Did you play any instruments or have any part of the sound recording? Did you produce the sound recording or help with it? Then sure, check the sound recording box. To also claim the underlying copyright in this same application, in the box marked Other, you are the songwriter, you wrote the words and the music, be sure to put words and music or lyrics and music there. If you meet all the qualifications, go ahead and complete the page and click Save. Being that you're the only author on this song, then we want to click Continue. This next page identifies the copyright claimant, the author, or if your rights were transferred to another individual or organization, this is where this information would go. If the work has been transferred, then they would fill out the copyright registration. We're going to continue this copyright tutorial, assuming you're the copyright claimant. Click New to add in. Again, I clicked on Add Me, which automatically fills in the information. Again, filling in your name, this time the address, and you have to make sure that you fill in all of the places where the red asterisks are, of course. And you have the opportunity here as well to put in an organization name or an individual claimant. On the bottom of this page, you'll see where it reads, if any claimant is not an author, you must include a transfer statement showing how the claimant claimed the copyright. Let's say if I transferred all of my rights over from a song to an organization or to a publishing company, I may have had a single song contract. If that were the case, then again, they would fill this out. Be sure to click Save after you've completed this page. The next screen limits your ownership of a copyright that you're using. In other words, did you create a work or create a derivative work, or is this an arrangement? Did you use an arrangement of someone else's song that you have permission to copyright just the part that you arranged? Let's say, for instance, you took a particular song and did a horn arrangement and you only want to copyright that horn arrangement itself, that music that was added to a pre-existing song. Then this page would limit the claim only to your horn arrangement, but you have to attribute the ownership to the rest of that song that you're using to its rightful owner on this page. This next page provides contact information for permission to use the work or whom the Copyright Office would contact for management of the intellectual property. Very simple. Fill out the information asked for on the page, including the individual, or if you also have an organization's name there, you may put that in, as well as the address and email information. We'll click Continue. This next page provides contact information to the Copyright Office about who to contact for questions regarding the application. I administer copyrights for clients, and I fill out applications all the time for them. So when it comes to whom should they question about the application, that information would go to me. Now, if that's you filling out for yourself, you would put your information there. For me, I put my information for myself as well as for other clients that I fill out registrations for. I'm adding these different scenarios in this course just in case you may face this later or you find yourself in this situation, you'll know how to handle it. Then you click Continue. The next page gives contact information to where the certificate should be mailed. In the scenario of my filling out applications for others, I have them mail the certificate directly to the client. Filling it out for yourself, have it mailed to you. So you put that information on this page, and once you're done, click Continue. This next page offers expedited handling for your copyright registrations. I would advise you to read this page very carefully because to expedite your claim will cost you an enormous fee. Most likely you won't need it, but read it in case you think you might. Be prepared for the charge if you do. Let's continue on to the next page. This is the certification page where you certify that you are either the author, the copyright claimant, the owner of exclusive rights, or the authorized agent of one of those I just read. In my case, if I were registering for one of my clients, then I would be considered an authorized agent of either the author, copyright claimant, or owner of exclusive rights. Whether you're registering for yourself or someone else, you need to put your name in, the one that's actually filling out the application. Click Continue. And on this page, you get a chance to review everything before you submit. If you notice any errors or any omissions, Then at the left top of the screen over there, you can click on any one of the pages to the left, and it will take you back to that page to make your corrections, or if you made a mistake, you can edit and then click save and go back to this page. But be sure before you click on submit that everything is correct. Once you click on a page, let's say for instance you click on authors, you have an opportunity there to put that in. Click on continue, or you can go to the left back to the menu and click on review submission to go straight there, or you can click on continue till you get to the review submission where you were before you went back to edit the information. As you get to the review submission page once more, make sure that the corrections that you made are correct. Once you're finished, you want to add to cart. Then you want to click on checkout. It will take you to a checkout page, and you can choose whether you want to pay by credit card, or you can set up a deposit account. I usually just pay as I go. It's going to take you to another page. Click OK. And on this page, you will put in your credit card information or your bank routing information. I always use a credit card, so put in your preferred method of payment here. If you use a credit card, once complete, click on Continue with Plastic Card Payment. Then you have an opportunity to put in an email address to receive an email confirmation receipt. If you do, then fill that in. After that, you have to check the box where you authorize your card to be charged for the amount and that you have read the card issue agreement. You have to check the little box. After you check that box, then click on Submit Payment. It will give you the screen where it shows your payment is successful. Click on Continue. And on this final page is where you will upload a copy of the song that you are registering. Be sure to read the information on this page, and it also gives you links if you need to know the acceptable file types and acceptable file sizes. So if you'd like to learn that information, just click on those links. I always use MP3 files. They're not that large, and they work well. On this page, you'll notice below that where it reads Upload Your Works, you'll see to the left there it has a case number and the title. Then in the middle there, select in green, select File to Upload, Start Upload. So you click on that button and go to where you've stored a copy of your MP3 of the song you're registering. Select that file to upload. Once you've selected the file, then you click on the blue Start Upload button. Once it completes, it will read Successfully Uploaded. Finally, to the right, you'll see a green button which reads Click here to complete your submission. Once you do that, you're finished. So click here to complete your submission after uploading the file or all files, in this case the one song file. Once that finishes, you'll see where it reads Claim Submission Completed. No further action required. From here you can go to the top menu, click on Home, and you'll see your song right there in the open cases that was just copyrighted. And if you're finished, you can go back to the top right and log out.